finishing up the night, ACC championship game. This is one we didn't talk about during our picks against the spread segment 2. We held it for segment 3. Virginia versus number 3 Clemson at Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, ABC. Clemson out the gate -29. ESPN's FPI 94.9% chance of winning, but Virginia's on a roll, man. They just ended a 15-game losing streak against Virginia Tech and now are making their way to their first ever ACC championship game. The last time Clemson played Virginia was in 2013. The Tigers won 59-10. Mm-hmm. And, I think that this is going to be very important for Virginia. I mean, it's very, very crucial for Clemson. A lot on the line for both teams. Virginia wants to prove what they can do against and show that they deserve to be where they're at. And Clemson needs to win this game and to move on to the playoffs because, as Dabo said, they don't get afforded any losses. Bryce Perkins just dominated the game against Virginia Tech. Is he going to be able to dominate the game against Clemson? Is he going to be able to sit back almost like a Justin Fields? Maybe this is a tune-up game for Justin Fields in Clemson's eyes. Because when it comes to third and short, third and long, third and medium, more often than not, Bryce Perkins is going to keep the ball in his hands and make a play. But he also can throw the ball. Mm-hmm. He rushed last Saturday for 164 yards and 2 touchdowns. He passed for over 300 yards and 1 touchdown. Now, Dabo came out recently and said that he sees similarities between Virginia and Clemson. They went to their very first ACC championship game, 2009, under Dabo Swinney, and they lost. But they came back and won. They went to their very first Orange Bowl, and they lost really bad. We don't want to bring that up. But they came right back to it, and they won right when they came back to it. Now, I don't know if Dabo was kind of making a jab saying that this is Virginia's first time, and if they're going to follow in Clemson's footsteps, that means they lose. But I think what Dabo was saying is that Clemson's not too far removed from it being their first time in the ACC championship game. So there's a lot to be thankful for in a short amount of time under the tenure of Dabo Swinney. And I know all Clemson fans love and respect and enjoy and wish the best for Dabo and a long tenure as a Clemson Tiger head coach. So the Tigers have been there before. They've been to the national championship stage. They've won on the national championship stage 2 of the last 3 years. With this being so new to Virginia, will they even have a chance to compete? What do you think?
Look, I got to admit, I like what I saw from Virginia when they play Virginia Tech this weekend. They did a good job, like I mentioned before, converting those third and longs. Bryce Perkins kind of taking it upon himself to get those yardage, and he got some big-time chunk plays right up the middle of the defense, obviously, when everybody was in pass coverage. Unfortunately for them, Clemson has Isaiah Simmons, like we talked about with our helmet stickers. I don't know that Brent Venables will put a spy on Bryce Perkins from the get-go, but if he gets loose like he did against Virginia Tech for all those big plays, he certainly will, and I would imagine that would kind of be the end of that for Perkins, unfortunately for him. Clemson's defensive line is obviously a different animal as well than Virginia Tech's, so I think there's going to be a lot more pressure on him. So he's going to have to make some of those decisions a little bit quicker, and if he tries to run, again, Venables is going to scheme against that. As has been for much of the season, Venables' scheme and blitzing will play a big role in this game. I think the potential is there for the Cavs to score some points. Bryce has some ability. He had a very good game this past weekend, like you mentioned. On offense, the playmaking ability of Clemson is simply just too much for the Cavaliers to keep in check over 4 quarters. And bottom line, too many weapons on both sides of the ball for Virginia to keep it close for the whole thing. My final score prediction actually is Clemson 48, Virginia 17. So I'm going to take Clemson minus those 29 points.
And in case you were wondering what I was going to go with, I cannot go pick against the Tigers in the championship game. So give me the Tigers minus 29.